We're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. How to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
Neptune makes visionaries of us. It intensifies the ideal that is most authentic to our soul's journey. If we can see it, it is true. If we can visualize it, it is already a promise. But we must not be delusional by separating at the South Node, Virgo, the essential commitment to refinement. It may be true that you are gold, you are iron, you are diamond, you are copper, but without refinement, you don't make it to the market. We have to have refinement, the necessary process, commitment to process, discipline, order, structure.
So to know that you are gifted is one thing. But for you to engage in the process by which your gifts can be extracted and developed for your good and for the good of your people, that's another thing entirely.
Without the processes through Earth of refinement, Virgo at the South Node, consistent with the number 9 Hermit card process. Please ask questions if you don't know what this is. As well as the Earth expression, Taurus, which is cultivation. And Capricorn, accountability, infrastructure, and rectitude. Without these Earth placements, our visions are simply delusions. I invite you all consistently to schedule for your natal birth chart readings and inquiries so that each of you will have sufficient homework, review, insight, exercise, objectives, details. If you're trusting yourself to know how far to take it, how much is enough, if you're trusting yourself you could be delusional. Mentorship is part of the expression of self-respect. It's part of it. When you get your natal birth chart reading, You get enough notes, details, that serves as sufficient exercises, objectives, insightful review, homework on the self. And you are the one who sacrificed to have that information so that you will not take it for granted.
And I must tell you, Reverend, if you're here, the church does not engage in the process by which gifts are discovered and utilized. Any organization that does not demand the best of you and put you under trial and tribulation and challenge will never allow you to see your gift.
Sincerity is not just a word. It's what we put action behind, commitment behind, dedication, through and through. We all have talents and gifts. We all have a purpose. We all have identity. But without refinement, without cultivation, you will never see it. And if you do see it, you'll never master it. Who will stand between you and your desire so that can happen? To stand between self and our desires, that is the number 9 at the South Node, Virgo. It is part of refinement.
You never know who you are and what you are in a laissez-faire, easy kind of environment. You don't know.
Working against the detriment of Venus. We are learning to become the assertive visionaries, always persevering through the challenges, disappointments, and resistance, and especially the infamy of being sincere. Is something that we see, and we only see because we suffer. The suffering behind us, it clarifies the vision. It lets us know what is our portion to serve with. We serve through what we suffer. In the same way that the healer is also the wounded. Aries Neptune, which expresses I am what I idealize. I am my own ideal. I am my own ideal. That's where it begins. The ideal. If you don't have a vision for yourself, somebody else has a vision, and they will make sure that you serve their vision instead of you serving your own vision. That's a guarantee. This is the time where we have to learn to be assertive visionaries. Most of us will catch on, realizing that I'm not fit to be a slave anymore. I see the truth dissolved by Neptune, number 7, North Node, Pisces. Are you focused with me? When you see the truth, when you have right knowledge, number 7, You're no longer fit to be a slave. Are you catching on? Are you catching on? Aries Neptune. It's about the recovery of identity. It's a war for identity all over the planet Earth. There is coup after coup after coup, a season of coup d'etat. The people of the earth are rejecting the control and domination of their identities. Dictatorship, oppression, manipulation, false narratives, social engineering. The same tricks are no longer working. Dignity is coming back. Boldness is coming back. And the willingness to fight for it is also coming back. We're in the timeline of revolution. And it starts with the vision that you have for yourself. There is a self of you, the individual. And Aries also includes the self of every flag, every community, every demographic. That you get to decide your own ideal of who you are and what should come with it. It starts in the imagination. It starts in the mind. Be sure that nothing and no one is controlling your mind. I am my own ideal. The assertive visionary. I see it and I'm going for it. Relentless. Never giving up, never giving in. Accepting the infamy that comes with being who I am. It simply can't happen if we're not secure in who we are. We can't arrive at such security in who we are without pushback, without resistance, without challenge to our faith, without challenge to what we think of ourselves, without resistance and opposition to the ideal that we hold of ourselves. It is the enemies that you meet, the trials and tribulations that you endure, that tests your conviction about yourself. We cannot be effective visionaries if we ourselves do not believe in who we are and what we see, what we know. So the storms were necessary. The earthquakes were necessary. The enemies were necessary. The opposition was necessary. Do you believe yet in who you are? Are you secure in who you are? Chiron blessed us with security in our identity. It was not by sweetness. It was not through ease. It was not through self-talk. It was through realizing that through all of the pain, the turbulence, the warfare, even the misery, the agony of what we had to endure in the name of being who we are. You had no choice. You will be called to lead someone or some others, to show leadership in your own right. But how can others have faith in you and you don't have faith in yourself? How can others trust you when you don't trust yourself? How can anyone believe in the vision that you have and you doubt your own vision? How? We learn to be assertive with our identity when we learn the painful lessons of having healthy boundaries instead of resentment. When we learn that no matter what idea, belief, or opinion that we have, no one is obligated to believe it, to agree, or to support it. We learn that the expressions that we have, what we do like and what we don't like, who we believe we are and who we're not, it does not rest upon the approval or acceptance of others, but it rests upon the approval and acceptance of ourselves. Thus, we become assertive. Aries Neptune transit. Aries Neptune transit. Remember that. Neptune is the lord of Pisces, in which Pisces operates according to duality, where we have the two fish going in opposite directions. So let me remind you concerning the fog of your identity, that what Neptune is accomplishing is the dissolve and purification of the identity at the same time. The dissolve is removing the form of your image that the infrastructure, culture, and pressures of corporate society, social engineering, political propaganda, codependencies, wherever we sold our soul, wherever we sold our true identity, Neptune is dissolving that form that we knew of ourselves, the image that we knew of ourselves that was not authentic, but we put it on out of a feeling of necessity, fear, hysteria, pressure, and the agreements that we thought would preserve us, that we thought would keep us safe, that we thought would validate us. So it's not only you, but it's every last one of us that's experiencing both realities at the same time when it comes to the identity through Aries. That is, undoing who I realize I am not, accepting that this is not me, making peace with the fact that I realize I've been living a false life, an inauthentic life. I have not been the self that I realize I'm supposed to be. And I'm willing to let it go. I'm willing to surrender it. I'm willing to make the trade-off to get my soul back, to get my identity back. I'm letting it go. I'm dissolving it. And everything that came with it. That portion is the sacrificial ram. The sacrificial ram in which you're allowing parts of yourself that was inauthentic to dissolve through Neptune, while keeping the essence of the self that drew you to that reality. The essence of the self that thought it was identifying with its own heart. But there was fear, there was pressure, there was codependence. There was some political programming, so on and so forth, that ended in a reality that is not fitting for our soul. And here we are. The other part of that is that as Neptune dissolves part of the identity that is not true to you, Aries is initiating the parts of your identity that is authentic to you. Both are happening at the same time. As one dissolves, one forms. And who brings formation? Yes, you guessed it, that is Saturn. So as Saturn comes into Aries, that is when we begin to materialize the form of who we are through hard work, discipline, order, structure, obedience, the development of character, grit, accountability, asserting ourselves according to the vision, realizing that I am the visionary. If it's going to be, it will be by my grit, it will be by my sweat, it will be by my effort, my consistency, my commitment, it will be by my own sacrifices. Self-determination is filling the atmosphere. As the old world dissolves away, and what we all used to identify with, we are now identifying with everything that is most authentic to the story of this soul's life journey. Nothing inauthentic will remain, only the real. Understand? So this is not a time to mourn whatever you're losing, to mourn what you can't seem to get, mourning what you realize is falling apart, mourning what you realize has nothing else to give you. Let it go. The sooner you learn to let it go, to let it die, in the same breath, you are taking your first breaths of the real self. It is hand in hand. Understand that. Aries Neptune is the assertive visionary, not aggressive. We have healed the aggression. We turned inwards, pointed all the fingers at the self. No more projections. No one else to blame. We are new. And because we are new, we will realize the efficiency behind all of our efforts. Assertive visionary. That's who you are. And you assert yourself with that first house, with the forces of that first house, imitating the personality and traits of the Lord of your first house, which is your chart ruler. That's who you are everywhere that you go. And that Aries placement, that's the story that's unfolding. You, right there. It was denied you, it was denied me as we healed. But now that healing is here, through the Venus conjunction with Chiron, there would be an acceleration of the formation of the true, real, authentic self. And as we realize those parts of ourselves, we will also realize that hard work and consistency has to go behind it. Self-determination is here. No more fake. No more inauthenticity. No more copycat personalities. No more everybody look alike, sound alike. This is the time when we will realize why we came to Earth and what we have to show up with. We all have a service. We all have a contribution. We all have gifts. And it's your responsibility to find out what that is if you don't already. If you need clarification about what type of assertive visionary you are, what that means, what it will look like in your life, you can visit theinfamousastrologist.com, schedule for your natal birth chart reading and or numerological insights, inquiries, understand, to have that clarity. We should be feeling the confidence of where we're going and who we are and what we're supposed to perform. Understand, faith is a necessary prerequisite going forward through Neptune, dissolving what was, materializing what it's supposed to be. Aries Neptune, the assertive visionary. Understand,